Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
Through a bunch of different changes. Doesn't necessarily scale as hard as he used to as Death. Not going to take any turret aggro, but is getting hit by the minions. He's only level 2, as now they're looking for the dive onto Keen. He's only level 1 though. That is going to be first blood going over to Pioshik. A beautiful dive. I expect Keen's teleporting straight back.
Stop their backs for a moment.
Yeah, perfect. He's going to try and pick up the rest of this one, but Lehens and Pays are still here. So that dive coming through yet again. Perfect still level 1. Avoids the Aqua Prison, but isn't going to be able to avoid death as the heal comes through to keep Lehens alive. They waste a fair bit of time to make sure have a massive amount of range as the Smolder outside of that Achu doing a fair bit of having a fair bit of range.
Yeah. And it's obviously ideally you don't want to get hit by it, but
Chovy has to just use the ultimate, and I think that's why Keen used that. He was up against the wall, so that sort of gives away what might have been happening. As the arrow, the flash comes through, but the arrow is still going to land. Now the frost shot is going to connect. I think this is another kill, and Deft will pick that one up.
Bit of a weird flash there, rare miss.
But he does not need to call any assistance at this point in time. In fact, he can't because it's on cooldown. He must have used it before.
Every time we go to the mid lane, they keep clicking on Chovy. I just want to see the stacks. There's another arrow.
Yeah, going to be picked up by Chovy. Like you were saying, the volley going to connect there as well as BDD wants to find a Q. And there it is! Flap, 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 and he takes him down. But it is a 1-for-1. A little bit of assist gold going over to Beryl there at the same time.
Oh man, if you're a disadvantage in mid further after BDD TP's back in, and also have the jungler here anyways.
And Chovy hasn't gone for a reset yet.
Yeah.
So he is just sitting on a weird little axe thing.
Ocean again, which is, you know, really horrible here for KT considering the advantage they had. Worst case scenario basically is,
Yeah, that's a pretty nice Captain Jack there from Deft as the arrow will connect. Deft gets the shield. He is going to go down, but will they be able to trade it? But Pays here as the teleport's coming in. Perfect makes his way down. Pays knows that he's dead. He's going to buy as much space as possible, but Lehens is also going to fall down. The Hypers are procking, and this fish has nowhere to swim. Perfect's going to be able to lock down that kill. Pays is also dead, and they'll trade it for death.
Yeah, they will. And it looks like he just has enough damage here, even with the minion wave thinning out. That's huge.
Really nice stop there from Chovy. And the turret going to be taken down.
They're aware of this, so they may lose an inner, but let's see if Gen.G can contest the Herald. That looks like a done deal.
Yep, Beryl is on a ward. Perfect taking a lot of damage from the combo out of Keen. But like you were talking about, I mean, this is just Chovy behind a turret right now. And that is such a huge gold influx here for Gen.G, able to take down an inner turret. You could tell that KT were making that decision intentionally. I just don't know whether it was the right decision to make, as now looking to try and fight Gen.G away from this turret. That is going to be successful, but Chovy's also looking to try and take down a blue buff. Arrow is going to fly on through, gets the Valkyrie out. Chovy just nowhere in sight now. He is going to be able to go back home with so much more money.
I really like the call from Chovy, even without the teleport there, to say, well, if I get this inner, grab some gold. I mean, BDD's just stacking. As long as you could defend this turret at the same time, I feel like KT really give not too much here. It's just a solo Ocean Drake.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They are going to do exactly that. There's a flash forward, though. The slicing Maelstrom just does nothing. Mom comes down and says, nope, get the heck out of here. Beryl's going to be shielded up as Pioshik tanks as much of the culling as possible. And that is just Keen dead.
Perfect is still in the side as well. They're going to pick with the Smolder, you know? And it's a great play from Pioshik. Gets there, gets the smash.
His first evolution from BDD as well. Look at him. He's starting to get mad. He's starting to realize his power. And this dragon might be able to do it as the Rift Herald comes down in the mid lane, and KT, they'll claim a gold lead once again or get very close. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, the timing of this works so
good. The big one, giving it that splash damage. And it'll only get worse as this game goes on.
Yeah, you get to 225 so fast here. BDD gets low.
Yeah, and there is the slicing Maelstrom. BDD going to be taken out. Keen will be traded as Pioshik looks to get out of there. It's a 1-for-1, but a turret as well for Gen.G. They're trading up.
Yeah, they are trading up. This does mean... Scared.
This could be an overextension. The rest of his teammates are coming down. That's a teleport to come in. Is now slicing Maelstrom onto the Gnar, and I think he is just dead. Does flash. Glacial Prison comes in, just barely misses, but Chovy has a rocket for him, and that is a dead prehistoric Yordle.
You could see the moment where he realized, and I think it was just before the TP show. It might have been the TP itself.
If he can stack
off this back. I think he might be going for the Shojin back right now you were alluding to. Again, second Ocean Dragon. Isn't that like an old Luden's rocket right there?
Yeah, that's a bit silly. Chovy with 3 items now completed. Pioshik going to blast cone his way out of here, back into the fog of war.
Kane's flank.
Yeah, looking for that angle. BDD will be able to spot him. He can fly over walls as well. Actually kind of an optimal Baron pit as well for him as Pioshik soaks an ultimate. The wave does come in there as well as Deft is flashing away. Mom comes down, does a lot of damage. But BDD not quite able to free hit this time around. He's got a decent health bar. You can see that execute threshold. Not the best at this amount of stacks, but that is going to get worse and worse as this game goes on, and he's looking for an angle here as Gen.G are regrouping. Def down to about 50%. That's not great. Beryl taking some poke damage as well.
Kane's flash is coming back very soon. To just use the dash cannon, though.
Good. They also... Okay, he walks back. No, Def, don't do it. Okay, the cannon's not here.
Cannon's not there, but consider that, you know, if they do try to contest for Baron, he could TP.
All right, Pioshik's going in. He wants to find an angle. There's the Nature's Grasp. Mom comes down, doesn't do a whole lot as the Glacial Prison is a fadeaway, but Deft is going to pick Beryl up. And Beryl wants to find Canyon. Arrow now down. Fate's Call now down. And there is no Nature's Grasp as well. Now the teleport's going to come in and Gen.G. It's time for their salvo. They've just got so much more in the chamber for this next fight, and KT know it. They're going to use the Flying Dragon here to come out as Keen looks for it. Twisted Advance comes in. He's tanking the turret and he just goes down. Beryl's going to lock it up, and Keen waited so long for that play.
And he didn't go for the ward in the mid lane, which would have given him the space to actually feel the desperation out of Gen.G and Keen in that failed play as they feel like they're running out of time.
Well, KT, they might do the KT thing and just start up Baron. That is precisely what they're going to do. There is a Canyon alive. Chovy down to about 50% here as there are volleys flying in. Pays looking for some of that poke damage, and so is Chovy. These rockets starting to hurt. Aqua Prison doesn't land, but the Baron just goes to KT, and they'll exit. Stage left, crush over the wall from Perfect. And KT, they are back in the
wall. Gen.G going to be able to take their consolation soul point here of the Ocean Dragon, or perhaps they won't, because Pioshik, again, he has ult.
Yeah, he's just going to wander on in there. It's not going to be enough to actually find too much.
Not officially accepted in the lore. It is his father, but
he's probably going to kill it.
Big fan.
Well, so it's probably not a good thing. It's a little bit dark, as it turns out.
Yeah, daddy issues, perhaps. But
yeah. That would certainly be that. So we're not going to allude to that one.
Hey, we didn't have to explain that replay because we talked about it before. Ult here.
Glacial Prison once again, but it's once again soaked by Pioshik. Mom gets the big value, and that's a wallop. And that is just cat food. The Nami's not doing it this time around as Kane's going to get breathed on. BDD not touched in this fight. And KT, they wipe down 3. They take it in a turret. And, I mean, are they... No, surely, no, I'm not doing it. Well, he's in is going to matter less and less. That Infinity Edge, that may matter.
Yeah, so it's not quite a package, but it feels like, you know, Amazon finally delivered on that one.
Yeah, I would say so. Okay, Mom comes down, splits the fight. Lehens and Pays basically out of it. From that point, another ultimate going to be traded here, but the inner turret is going to fall down, and it is incidental cues from BDD, getting Lehens completely out of there.
I have to say, since KT
turned up the wrong school, but it doesn't matter because these Qs are just burning them down. This is the arrow connecting. They had to eat the Mikhail's onto Canyon, and Pays in trouble. Perfect. I don't know about that wallop, but we might be able to find an ulti here as they get into the choke point. They all stand behind Canyon, and he is delivered. The execution from BDD, and that will take down the Sejuani, and Keen couldn't find a way in.
No,
they don't alarm anyone. But Beryl has a bounty.
Yeah, he has a bounty. He is sitting on a lot of lethality as well. I don't know how much.
He's 407. He also takes a pierce here from Deft as well, but doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, not ideal here for KT. Those are some of their best tools actually just tossed into the bin. Gen.G handle it well. Canyon going in.
Yeah, he is obsessed with hitting Pioshik with these ultimates. I don't know whether it's working because BDD's putting himself as a big target. Chovy's gonna go down. He just gets brambly smashed towards the team and eliminated. Pace, no health bar. Lehens, he has to go back. The base might be broken right here.
I mean, it looks very likely. Baron is up, but KT have their eyes on this inhibitor without it. And with Canyon, no ult, no way to punish. Keen, he's got flash and ult. Maybe he could try to make a play on Perfect, but then you won't have that ult for the Baron.
But the
great wards for it too.
Yeah, but they are nowhere near it. There is, they just don't feel like they can do this without Chovy. I think you can understand. 28 HP.
It's almost guaranteed they should be able to get this inhibitor.
Yeah, Arrow is going to soar through, but doesn't exactly find anyone.
Checking their flanks, making sure there's no teleport ward. Look at all the control wards. KT doing their due diligence here to make sure Keen has no angle of attack.
Well, Mom is going to come down. Once again, she's just zoning. We'll get them out of there, and with the Baron, KT might be able to land this one. The ulti not going to land, though, from Canyon. So that's going to mean that KT should be able to get 2 inhibitors off the back of this one. Getting closer and closer to victory, but still, at this point, it's close to 40 minutes into the game.
There are some flank wards now here. KT need to be careful.
Yeah, the back considered here by BDD. Wanting to stick around just in case. KT, I think, need to do everything as a unit, and they absolutely need their Smolder around as perfect. That was a little bit dangerous, that movement, but the Nature's Grasp does come on through. Great Mikhails, and it's Yoshi that's taking a lot of the damage. Good flash out there from Lehens. He could have been the pickoff, but now it's the teleport flank from the cannon, and he's going to get in there. Oh my god, but they just destroy him, and it's perfect that turns the engage on its head. Deft is dashing into everyone, but he's got a GA, and the Bramble Smash comes down. Chovy lying on the floor, and we've made fun of Deft for flashing it in the past. This time, he's the one laughing as KT will once again ruin Gen.G's perfect season.
No perfect season for you, and it just feels like even though no one would say it out loud, we all believed it could be possible. KT with a 2-1 win.
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say,
Okay.
See you on the next one.